Hi, welcome back to Pragmatic Agility. In the last lesson, we did the create a database, create a table, create multiple tables thing. Really easy stuff, not too bad. Of course, we were creating easy tables. If we wanted to, we could go make the tables more complicated by adding more columns and then just clicking save, depending on what the needs of our application happen to be. So let's go back and take a look at where we need to go. How to download or install. Well, that's kind of vague. Is that talking about the environment, MySQL, a database? Well, we already spent a couple videos setting up our development environment and installing a database and making it accessible so that we could do this stuff. So for this one, we're going to go ahead and say it's referring to a database. So let's go ahead and go through that process again. So let's see, google.com, MySQL sample database. Using this one. So we would download this, we would save the file, open folder. I already have one. I downloaded it. It gave us this script, but what's in that script? Well, let's go into dbeaver. Let's go into our SQL editor. SQL editor, load SQL script. There it is, my SQL sample database. It opened up right to it. What's in this script? So create database, classic models, if not exists. That's good. Okay. Drop table if exists, customers, create table, customers. So you can see this table creation command is a lot more complicated. This is because they're setting up a sample database with relevant relationships and relevant data for individuals to practice with. So we have a lot more columns. We have the integer, which means it's a number, varchar, which means it can be text, the size of the text permitted. All these stuff we have to define, a bunch of data to import. So what happens if we run this? Let's give it a try. Execute SQL script. All right. It's running through the whole script, creating everything, creating tables, and loading the database with data. So although we didn't see what happened, what it did is it destroyed this database, destroyed all these tables and data, and then reinstantiated everything because we already had it in our database. So if we look at the data, we can see that it does have data in it. So we're going to go ahead and cross that one out. And if that's referring to how to install MySQL and get it up and running, we did that in the first couple tutorials. So format, text, strike through. There doesn't appear to be a keyboard shortcut for that. How to make a query. Yes, this is the, kind of basic stuff, but let's go ahead and get started. So we have this MySQL script on. I'm going to Control A to select all and delete to get rid of it. And how do we, what was that question exactly? How to make a query? Well, your basic query is very easy. It always starts off easy, doesn't it? Select star, which means everything. Star means everything from, let's say, customers. And let's go ahead and click play and see what we got. Okay, so this query is selecting everything from the customers table. There we go. What if we don't want to select everything though? You're asking yourself. Well, we get rid of the star and we say customer name. Select customer name from customers. Let's run that. Okay, now we just got the customer name. But what if I don't want to call that column customer name? Well, that's simple as customer alias. All right, there we go, customer alias. What if I want to add another column? Well, customer, let's add the city value, huh? There we go, the customer and their city. What if I wanted to see the payments? Well, we'll just drop down a line here, select star from payments. All right, and I'll go ahead and highlight this because I can't run those together. And there's our payment data, and these are being run separately. I can't run them together. Let's see what happens if I try. Okay, it ran the last one. So it probably ran this, then that. All right, so is that a simple query? How to make a query? That's a simple query. Let's go ahead and finish this up with one thing. Let's see if do they got the state here? They do. Okay, so let's select from state. Let's say we want where state is null. So we'll say where state is null. Okay, so that's all our null states. Let's say where is not null. So it's not null. Okay. NV, CA, Victoria. I'm not familiar with that state. Let's say state equals CA. We got to make sure we put that string in there. Like so. There's all our CA states. Now, these quotes are indicating that it's a string. If you get that wrong, you'll get an error. Let's say I just typed in CA with no quotes. And now we have an error. It doesn't know what this is. So we can't do that. All right, run that again. Postal code, that's what they called it here. And that's a varchar too. Okay. Well, let's look at the payments table again. I'm going to double click on that. I'm just going to look at the data, see what I'm working with. Remind me later, please. And let's see what we got here. We have, well, when you're looking at this data, DB will actually help you out, and you can actually filter some. Like I could click this, and it's essentially making a SQL query in the background. Be careful with this. There are no commas in this number. dbeaver is just doing that to help you read the number. If you try to query the comma or a number with a comma, it's not going to work. Okay, so select star from payments. Let's see. Let's filter by a number this time. So where amount greater than 6,000. Let's run that. So we should see this one definitely disappear. And all the numbers are greater than 6,000. Notice that I didn't use any quotes because this is a number. And I didn't put any commas in here either. I didn't do this. If I do this, I will get an error. dbeaver is again just putting that there to help us be able to read the numbers that we see in the results. It's not really, it doesn't really exist in the database. And that's that. Let's see. So that is the querying, how to make a query basics. Queries can get a lot more complicated than that. And let's see if we ever go into them. We will go into it a little bit probably in this stuff. One to many, many to many. Anyways, that completes this lesson. I don't want to make it too long. If you found this content useful or beneficial, give me a like or subscribe. Appreciate the time. Thanks. See you in the next lesson.